biggest fights in British boxing history, Amir Khan versus Kell Brook, and you got involved in a bit of the verbal warfare yourself. What was it like being up there?
Well, nothing. I mean, we only speak the truth, you know what I mean. But I think press conference really went well. We had a great turnout here. You know, a lot of interest in the fight, and I think it's a massive fight. I think pay-per-view is going to go through the roof as well. You know, because everybody wants to see this fight. You know, and it's been brewing for a long, long time, and it's just got done now. It's made.
Yeah, and obviously some of the background talk has been, has it been made too late? The Trafford Centre tomorrow suggested otherwise. I mean, what support Amir had, what support Kell had, it's just off the charts, isn't it, the build up to this week?
Yeah, definitely. There was like that's what I'm saying, there's a lot of demand for this fight. There was a lot of demand for it. We tried to make this fight for a long time, but unfortunately for some reason it never got done. But it wasn't because of the fighters didn't want to fight. Both fighters wanted to fight. But obviously behind the scenes there were certain things, and the biggest issues used to be the weight, But Amir got so sick of it now, he said, I don't give a damn, make the fight. We want to do the fight, and again we have to give in for the weight. So obviously it's not at 147, it's at 149.
Has there ever been a point, because I remember when they both got in the ring with each other after the Le Greco fight, was there real belief from your side that it could happen then? Because the stage was set, wasn't it, at that point?
A few times, like I said to you, we've been very, very close a number of times for this fight to happen, but unfortunately it didn't happen because of other issues, you know what I mean? And the biggest issue was the weight.
I just spoke to Amir before and asked him about, obviously the gloves are off. Kell appeared very, very angry, and Amir seemed very relaxed. He seemed like he thrived in those circumstances. What do you take away from Kell in terms of that press conference and the gloves are off?
To be honest with you, I think he's a bit nervous now, But saying that, I mean, it's normal as well, you know what I mean? Maybe he's itching for it because he's making weight as well now. But alhamdulillah, Amir this time made weight so easy because the way they prepared for the fight, He was in weight 2 days ago. I was with him at the gym, in our gym in Bolton, and he weighed in and he was like just over 2 pounds over the 149, so he could have made that weight the following morning because he'd lose a couple of pounds overnight anyway. So that's why he's so relaxed, because all the training's gone really, really well. Bomac kept everybody away from the camp in the USA, so the concentration was 100% in training, and that's why he's ready now.
Going over to Nebraska, obviously, with Terence Crawford, former foe, how easy of a decision was that for yourself and Amir to make, to go along with Terence in this camp?
Yeah. I think his bottom line is Amir's decisions. Right. He wanted. He never takes anything lightly. Any fight he does, he wants to put 100% into it. Especially a fight like this. Especially like that, because this is more of a grudge match and everything. It's not about the money or anything like that. And so he wanted to make sacrifices, and he made sacrifices, and that's why this fight got done. And it should have been made a long time ago. But we've always had issues with the weight and stuff.
Amir's done nearly everything you could possibly do in the sport. But with a win on Saturday, could that be up there with the sweetest victories he's ever had?
Yeah, because he needs to shut him up. That's what it's all about, and that's why he's fighting him. You know what I mean? Because he'd be always going on bragging about it. I'm this, I've done that. What's he done? Who's he for? Look at the opponent Amir's fought, and look at the opponent Kell Brook has fought. It tells you all. Even the losses what Amir had. For example, Canelo. Amir was boxing brilliantly against Canelo till he got caught with a bomb, and it's one of the things. And look how big Canelo was, and that was the whole reason we would not take a fight at any higher weight. And we wanted at his weight. Although Amir had to give in again and let it go up a little bit. So we gave him a couple of pounds extra at 149 instead of 147, and to make this fight.
Obviously, the orbital bones on both sides for Kell have been a problem in the Golovkin fight and the Errol Spence fight. Is that something that Amir's targeting? It's something that can't really be ignored in the build-up, can it?
End of the day, he's going to go and box his head off. That's what he's going to do. He's going to box him. He don't need to scrap with him or anything like that. Box him. And if his eyes go, they go. You know what I mean? If they don't, they don't. It doesn't matter. But I can't see this fight going in the distance. Amir is going to stop him well before that. He's prepared for 12 rounds. He's prepared to go 12 rounds. But if he finds he's going to finish him early, he's going to finish him.
As his dad, if he wins on Saturday, would you like to see him call it a day there and end his career on top?
To be honest with you, he didn't even need to have to take this fight. Because he's comfortable, he's done well in his career, he's made good money in this career, he's comfortable, he could be comfortable, his kids could be comfortable, his grandkids could be comfortable, because he's got certain things in place, and he doesn't need to fight. But it's not about the money, like I said to you earlier, it's not about the money, it's about shutting him up, and that's what he wants to do.
one of the interesting topics of conversation during that was the sweat drink, which Kell Brook's team did. If Amir had done something like that, what would your reaction have been? Because it was quite bizarre, wasn't it?
I discussed it, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? It's like Marquez drinking his own pee. You know what I mean? Maybe he does as well. I don't know. Behind the scenes, I have no idea. But I mean, silly. That's silly. That was stupidity, to be honest with you. And it's embarrassing. You know.
And finally, perfect scenario for how this fight goes for you on Saturday. I'm talking specifics here, round, the way of the finish.
Yeah, like I said, we're not going to predict no rounds or anything. You know, Amir's prepared for 12 rounds. I can't see it going 12 rounds. I think Amir will stop him well before that. But he's prepared to go 12 rounds if he has to go 12 rounds. And if he does go 12 rounds, it's going to be a unanimous win.
Perfect. Oh, and just one other thing. Part of the build-up to this one was that Conor Benn could possibly have fought either of those guys. Was that ever a serious discussion from your end, the Conor Benn fight?
No, never. There's no discussions been taking place regarding that fight at all.
And it's never been as interest to any of your team?
Well, it isn't, because Amir now, I mean, what does he need Conor Benn for? You know what I mean? Does he need Conor? What's he done? What's Conor Benn done? He's done nothing. You know what I mean? He's up-and-coming guy. You know, he's up-and-coming guy. He's got another couple of years till he gets to the top. And all these guys, why are you calling a guy out who's 35-year-old? He's silly.
Perfect. Thanks so much for your time. Thank you.